This is a Porsche 911, and it is arguably one of the most successful high-performance assets you can own. In the world of alternative investments, few things carry the prestige and the historical price appreciation of a well-maintained Porsche. But right now, thousands of owners are trapped in financial dead zones because they think they are saving money while they are actually burning it. We have all heard the garage queen myth, the idea that keeping a car tucked away in a bubble, miles low and engine cold, preserves its soul and its sticker price. It is a lie. In the world of precision engineering, mechanical stagnation is actually more expensive than high mileage. Today, I am revealing the 7 specific behaviors that trigger what collectors call a 30% idiot tax at the point of resale. If you want to protect your investment, we need to move past the idea of being a car owner and start talking about stewardship logic. This is the difference between an asset that grows in value and a depreciating liability that catches the market's punishment. Let's start with the most common mistake, the stagnation tax. I want you to think about the pride people feel when they list a car with ultra-low miles. They think they have a pristine museum piece. But when a specialist or a savvy collector sees a 10-year-old 911 with only 2,000 miles, they don't see an investment. They see a mechanical disaster waiting to happen. Porsches are precision instruments, engineered to be exercised. They are designed for thermal cycling, the process of heating up to operating temperatures and cooling back down. When a car sits, the rubber seals throughout the engine, transmission, and cooling systems begin to desiccate. They dry out, lose their elasticity, and become brittle. The moment you finally decide to drive that car, those seals fail, leading to pervasive leaks that are labor-intensive and expensive to rectify.
The tires, which are high-performance compounds designed for grip and high-speed stability, develop flat spots from the static weight of the vehicle pressing down on the same patch of rubber for months. This creates a vibration through the steering rack that can mask or even cause deeper suspension issues. Even the chemicals in your fluids degrade. Over time, engine oil and brake fluid can absorb moisture or turn acidic, leading to internal corrosion of the very components they were intended to protect. The market increasingly recognizes that a well-maintained, higher-mileage car that has been regularly driven is often a more reliable investment than one that has effectively rotted from boredom. This stagnation leads directly to the second mistake, which is particularly critical for modern owners: the battery cascade. If you own a 992 generation car, you are not just driving a car, you are driving a rolling supercomputer with over 50 different electronic control modules. These modules manage everything from active aerodynamics to advanced driver assistance systems. Even when the car is off, it is breathing. It draws a minimal amount of electricity, typically between 20 and 50 milliamps, to maintain system readiness and memory. If you fail to use an approved battery tender during even short periods of an activity, you are playing a dangerous game. If a control module fails to enter sleep mode, that parasitic draw can spike, depleting a standard battery in less than a week. But for those of you with high-performance models like the Turbo S or GT3, the risk is exponentially higher. These cars use lightweight lithium-ion batteries. These units are incredible for performance, but they are fragile. If the voltage drops below 10 volts, an internal protection circuit disconnects the terminals. If it drops below 6.5 volts, the battery bricks permanently. A replacement lithium battery costs approximately $2,000 for the part alone, but the hardware cost is just the beginning. A dead battery triggers a communication cascade of errors, where the car's various computers lose synchronization. You might find yourself with a $5,000 diagnostic bill just to recalibrate the transmission, the spoilers, and the security systems so the car will actually start again. A $200 trickle charger prevents a $7,000 disaster, yet owners ignore it every single day.
Mistake number 3 is the one that causes the most engine-out nightmares, the cold start gamble. There is a secret about your dashboard that might change how you drive forever. When you sit in your 911 and wait for it to warm up, you probably look at the water temperature needle. Once it hits the middle, you think you're ready to drive hard. That is a fundamental misunderstanding of thermodynamics. Water heats up quickly because its job is to move heat away from the engine. But your engine oil, the lifeblood that lubricates every moving part, remains thick and viscous for significantly longer. Cold oil is like honey, but your engine needs it to act like water. Engaging in high RPM driving before the oil reaches at least 180 degrees Fahrenheit is how you accelerate the nightmare of cylinder bore scoring.
The gap between the piston and cylinder wall in a Porsche engine is thinner than a human hair. Cold, thick oil cannot adequately penetrate that microscopic gap. This results in metal-on-metal contact that gouges the cylinder surfaces. It is a slow, silent killer. You won't know what's happening until you hear a faint, rhythmic tapping or notice your exhaust tips are getting unusually sooty from burning oil. A dealer-level engine rebuild for a scored block can reach $30,000, largely because it requires 80 to 90 hours of specialized labor. The industry gold standard for repair involves machining the block and installing Nicky's billet aluminum sleeves, which alone costs between $5,000 and $6,000. Sophisticated buyers in the secondary market now demand a borescope inspection and oil analysis reports before they even make an offer. If they see even a hint of scoring, your car's value drops by 50% overnight. 5 minutes of patience while your oil warms up is the difference between a $30,000 rebuild and a car that runs for 200,000 miles. Mistake number 4 is the administrative gap, also known as the provenance penalty. In the world of high-end Porsches, the vehicle's paperwork is nearly as valuable as its mechanical components. A car lacking a stamped service book or a comprehensive leather binder of receipts is viewed as a ghost by serious collectors. Without a verifiable paper trail, the market automatically devalues the car into a fair condition category, regardless of how it looks. This results in a 20 to 30% neglect penalty at the time of sale. Many owners fall into the generic shop trap, choosing a local oil change facility to save a few $100s. This is a critical investment mistake. General mechanics lack the specialized knowledge for Porsche's unique engineering requirements, such as specific torque sequences or proprietary fluids for the PDK transmission. A specialist service visit provides a certificate of health that gives future buyers peace of mind. At auction, this peace of mind can translate into a $3,000 premium over a similar car with an undocumented history. Even if you are a DIY enthusiast, you must maintain administrative discipline. If you do the work at home, keep every invoice for every liter of oil and every filter. Without those records, your labor, no matter how skilled, is effectively invisible to the market. A Porsche without a history is just a used car. A Porsche with a documented pedigree is an asset. Mistake number 5 is a subtle but catastrophic error: the drain hole oversight. Porsches feature small rubber grommets and drainage channels in the cowl area near the windshield, and in convertible or Targa models around the top mechanism. These channels are designed to move rainwater away from the body. However, they frequently become obstructed by biological debris, leaves, pine needles, and dirt. When these drains clog, water has nowhere to go but back into the cabin. This wouldn't be such a problem if it weren't for the fact that Porsche places sensitive electronic control modules, like the body control module, on the floor of the vehicle, often right under the driver's seat. A single heavy storm or a car wash with clogged drains can submerge these modules in a puddle. The resulting repair bill can easily exceed $5,000. These modules are VIN-locked, meaning they cannot be simply swapped with used parts from another car. They require specialized factory diagnostic tools for programming.
Clearing your drains takes 5 minutes and $0, yet neglecting them is one of the most common ways owners accidentally destroy their car's electronics. Next, we have mistake number 6, aesthetic integrity and the clear coat tax. Protecting the physical appearance of a Porsche is a critical part of value retention. Porsche factory paint is typically very thin, often measuring between 4 and 5 mils. This makes it highly susceptible to damage. Utilizing an automatic car wash with spinning brushes is effectively sandpapering your investment. Those brushes trap grit from previous vehicles, creating micro swirls that kill the paint's depth and shine.
Chemical etching is another massive risk. Substances like bird lime or road salt are acidic. In high temperatures, they can penetrate the thin clear coat in as little as 48 hours, leaving permanent scars. Professional paint correction to fix these issues can cost $2,000. This is why paint protection film, or PPF, is considered an essential insurance policy. PPF preserves the invested look, which allows cars to sell for as much as 15% above the market average. It signals to a potential buyer that the owner was obsessive about every detail, often leading to a faster sale at a higher price floor. Mistake number 7 involves the motorsport complexity of high-performance variants like the GT3, Turbo S, or GTS. These cars feature things like center-lock wheels and Porsche ceramic composite brakes, or PCCBs. These systems offer incredible performance, but they require specialized stewardship. Center-lock wheels utilize a single central nut that requires a massive torque of 600 Newton meters. Many owners allow standard tire shops to handle these wheels, which is a recipe for disaster. They require a specialized 4-foot torque wrench and a precise tightening sequence. Using a standard impact gun or failing to properly engage the locking pin can lead to catastrophic wheel failure or the destruction of a $10,000 set of wheels. Similarly, PCCB rotors are superior for stopping, but they are extremely brittle. A stone trapped between the wheel and the caliper or an accidental impact during a wheel change can chip the ceramic rotor. A single replacement rotor can cost $5,000. For investors, chipped or heat-cracked ceramic brakes are a major red flag that can disqualify a vehicle from Porsche's extended warranty programs.
If you are buying or selling a manual Porsche, there is one document that matters more than any other: the DME report. This is a digital log of every time the engine has been revved past its limit. It records ignition cycles in 6 ranges. Ranges 1 and 2 are generally fine. It means you kissed the limiter. But ranges 5 and 6 indicate a money shift, a mechanical over-rev where the engine was forced beyond its physical limits, usually by a missed downshift. Porsche will typically deny warranty claims for cars with range 4 or higher activity. A dirty DME report is a permanent stain on the car's history that will scare away the most profitable segment of the buyer market. Even the electric Taycan requires a specific type of stewardship. For an EV, the health of the high-voltage battery is the primary determinant of value. A common mistake is the over-reliance on DC fast charging. While fast, it accelerates chemical degradation in the battery. For optimal preservation, owners should prioritize level 2 home charging and maintain the battery's state of charge between 20 and 80%. Letting a Taycan sit at 0 or 100% for weeks can lead to permanent capacity loss and may even give Porsche a reason to deny a battery warranty claim for neglect. Finally, we have to talk about configuration. Not all Porsches are created equal. In the secondary market, color and options are financial decisions. White is often cited as a difficult color for resale compared to GT silver or paint-to-sample options. Similarly, a stripper model with few options may seem like a bargain, but the market rewards specific high-value options like the front axle lift, carbon fiber bucket seats, or the Sport Chrono package. Choosing the wrong spec is a mistake you pay for at the end of your ownership journey.
The successful management of a Porsche investment requires a fundamental shift from a consumer mindset to a stewardship mindset. The mistakes that kill investments, mechanical stagnation, thermal neglect, administrative gaps, and technical oversight, are all preventable through disciplined adherence to the car's engineering requirements. Owners who invest in a trickle charger, wait for their oil temperatures to stabilize, clear their drains, and maintain a comprehensive service history are not merely spending money, they are investing in equity. The market acts as a harsh judge of provenance. By avoiding the common pitfalls of the garage queen and the generic shop trap, you ensure that your Porsche remains a high-performance asset that is rewarded rather than punished at the point of resale. The ultimate test of stewardship is not the number on the odometer, but the documented care that demonstrates a profound understanding of the precision instrument in your possession. If you want the data on which models are actually holding their value best in today's market, click the video on the screen now. Make sure to subscribe to stay ahead of the curve. I'll see you in the next one.